Hi guys, the Gamer Untamed, and by my surroundings you can guess that I'm back home now. Yay! I can go back to playing Skyrim. I'm so excited for that. But first we're going to kick off today, other than my quick little review and my shoes, with a good old game review. And today I'm going to be reviewing Kingdoms of Amalur Reckoning. So let's start, and also just letting you know, there are no spoilers, but there is a slight spoiler, and I will put an annotation in the description of where you can jump back in and continue watching. So that's cool. So let's start off with, what is Kingdoms of Amalur Reckoning? Kingdoms follows the story of a mortal known as the Fateless One, who is already dead at the beginning of the game, then is revived in the experimental well of souls. That's pretty interesting. From here comes a long journey of finding out who you are and what's happening in the world, to the world of the Fatelands. That does sound kind of interesting, don't you think? However, before I delve into the good and bad parts of Kingdoms, I do have to state something first. That this game, even though while being so different from any other game, it's on the internet, on YouTube, everywhere it's being compared to Skyrim. And this isn't, in a way, a good comparison. Just because Skyrim is the game it is, and this game just feels ripped from it and changed, not technically in a good way. Also on the topic of Skyrim, people are wondering, is Kingdoms of Amalur going to surpass Skyrim and be, of course, so much better? My opinion, definitely not. Skyrim cannot be beaten by any other proper RPG on the market. And I'm not talking about those action RPGs like Mass Effect has turned into, or Dragon Age even, but those real hardcore RPGs, like the rest of the Bethesda Elder Scrolls games, even Fallout, of course, it's another Bethesda game, Dragon Age Origins, and now Kingdoms of Amalur. You can't compare these games to Skyrim, just because Skyrim is the old original hardcore RPG, and it can't be compared to Kingdoms. So you can hate all you want. If you really loved Kingdoms, go for it, but for me, I personally didn't enjoy Kingdoms as much as I thought I would. But this doesn't mean that Kingdoms of Amalur didn't have good parts to it. Of course it did. It's a video game. Every video game has good parts and bad parts. Although in some games they have more bad parts than good. But let's not talk about that. Let's talk about the combat in Kingdoms of Amalur. Now, the combat for me is the definite best part of this whole game. It's so fast, and it's so fluid, and it's so independent and different from anything that you see on the market. Combining interesting combos together, flips to vacate away from enemies, spells to injure opponents from a distance, especially those pesky archers that really just piss you off. You know, when they're shooting you and then they're just like in the way and you can't get to them because they're all the way over there. And sometimes they're over like a ledge and you obviously can't jump there. Well, let's not talk about archers, because I just want to point out that even though I'm an archer, I hate archers. So they're in the way all the time, in any game. Even in Skyrim, they're in the way. The possibilities for combat in this game are almost endless. You can be a rogue, a warrior, or a powerful sorcerer, or even combined some of these together, or all three. That's what I love about this game, is the possibilities for combinations in combat is so different and independent. So that's what I relatively enjoyed mostly about this game. Like Skyrim, they have crafts that you can undertake, which are lockpicking, dispelling, that's a bit different, alchemy, blacksmithing, or just smithing, and this new one called, which is probably the same as enchanting, is sagecraft. My favorites are personally alchemy and sagecraft, just because when you're combining different ingredients in alchemy, on the bottom it tells you, oh no, on the side it actually tells you what you would get if you combined these ingredients together. And most of the time they are pretty good potions, and they will also tell you if it's unusable or not, and whatnot. So that, in my opinion, is much better than Skyrim's version of alchemy. Sagecraft, another one of my favorite ones, just because it does the exact same thing with gem shards. If you put them together to make a gem, it'll tell you what it comes up with. And most of the time, and all the time, in my experience, I have gotten some sort of gem. None have been unusable, which is great. My least favorite, especially, is lockpicking. Me and lockpicking have problems, especially in kingdoms. It uses sort of the same method as Skyrim, but if you want to not pick anymore, you have to let go of D as flat the key D as fast as you can. But no matter how fast you let go, the lockpick breaks anyway, and then you're just losing lockpicks. I'm almost a master at lockpicking, and it still does this to me. I hate it. Did not like blacksmith. I did not like smithing either, because no matter how hard I tried to find all this stuff, I couldn't find them, and I did not like dispelling, because they just got too annoying, and you had to click really fast. It's like, and if you don't, you're cursed. And then you got to go try and find all the way around the map to find a healer, or at least remember which town a healer was in, which is very frustrating for me, because I fail at dispelling, and I got cursed all the time, and I would just see green or some poison color floating around me, and I was just like, go away, because I couldn't find a healer. Stupid people. Put it on the map. Just like a general RPG, you have an inventory system, and in most RPGs you can buy a house or have some form of place to stash your items, which is good that it's here. So you have a fantastic inventory system. I actually really loved the inventory system in this game just because it was so organized. I didn't like how you had to access to it. You had to go exit, click, click, and then go exit, 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 which was really frustrating, but whatever. The inventory system was great. You had a junk section. Now that's good because you can just put whatever you want into junk that you don't want, and then when you go to sell it, you know exactly where it is and just go sell all junk. Whatever. Easy peasy. Instead of just going through inventory like going like this. There it is. That's frustrating. For me at least, it's frustrating. I've got a bit of a croaky voice today. It's not good. Anyway, so the inventory system is much cleaner to see and easier to vacate. Easier to access. You've got subtitles as well already in your subtitles, which is good. More subtitles, and it's just easy. So you've got your Feyblade subtitle, your longsword subtitles, your shield subtitles, and that's pretty good. There is also one house you can buy, but you can store stuff elsewhere and it'll still stay there, which is a good thing. There's one house that you can buy if you do a quest for the person, and then just like Skyrim, you have to upgrade to put more things in your house. The houses all look the same. They're not that flash. They're just whatever. They look the same on the outside and look just as bland on the inside, but at least it's a place to stash your stuff that you don't want to sell. You know what I hated about a certain fable? I just gave it away, didn't I? Oh well. Is the fact that crates had nothing in them. There was nothing in the crates. Really? As if you bashed open a crate today, you wouldn't find anything in it. This game had crap in it. There was money in the crates. Hell yeah. That was one of the main ways that I actually got money, just going around smashing crates, go to another town, go smash some more crates, come back to the original town, go smash some more crates because they'd reappear. It was so cool because it's just like, You know I like crates. You're putting money in them, and I can smash them, because there's crap in them. I mean, what's the point of not having having crates and having absolutely nothing in them? If they're crates with nothing in them, at least make them non-smashable. Yeah, that's a tip for you gaming people. Another very interesting way to personalize your gaming experience is by having the... how do I explain this? With specializations, you get specializations via fate cards. And these fate cards act as boosts to your wanted specialization. Like, I could have a Finney's boost that would add critical points and critical attack points and points that would make me faster and take more critical hit damage upon the other person. So that was a really good idea for these people to do, and I especially liked the way they involved the fate cards, because that was really interesting. I also really enjoyed the fate meter. Now, the fate meter is, if you hold X, you can enter this slow motion fighting sequence where you can seriously just put so much damage into your opponent and they die faster. And once they do die, you press F, and then you can get experience points by pressing either this key, or the space bar. So that was pretty cool. I really liked that, because it gave me opportunity to really put so much damage into my opponents and then kill them faster, because sometimes it does take a little too long, especially with boss battles.